Revelation 1839. From the 5th of March 1941 and the 6th of March 1941. Love. Love is life, love is power, love is cause, and love is goal. Love is the epitome of all that is divine, for God is love in himself. Love is furthermore a state of rapture, a state of power consciousness, a state of activity and heartfelt devotion. Love is the influx of divine strength, thus a union with God, which can take place in the most diverse degrees, thus never reaching its climax but constantly becoming more intimate and therefore more powerful. Where love now reigns, where every activity is dictated by love, there the most blissful state must take hold of everything that enters the circuit of love's activity. For love cannot trigger anything but happiness, for it transfers the most divine to everything it grasps. However, where resistance is put up against the working of love, love remains ineffective, for everything divine must be willingly accepted, otherwise a God-opposing state would result, a state of coercion and influence. But to live in love, to be filled with love, is a godlike state and will never be able to be associated with an unfreedom of will, for everything that opens itself to God receives. What resists or closes itself off comes away empty-handed. He who is love in himself also constantly dispenses love but can never dwell and give where there is not love as well. Therefore love will always find itself to love. Where love is missing, however, there is no life, no light, no strength and no bliss but spiritual death and darkness. What exists became through love, consequently, where love does not exist there must also be a state which is equal to non-existence insofar as neither strength nor light flows to the beingness, thus it remains in inactivity and darkness. A state which cannot be called life. Only love is fulfillment, and where it is not there is emptiness, adversity and torment, for love brings the being into contact with God, and this signifies a merging of what was originally one but separated from eternal love. To be far from God means to wander restlessly without knowledge of its outcome, without knowledge of the glories which arise from the union with the elemental power. To be far from God means to be exposed to everything impure, lightless, and to be hindered and oppressed by it in every way. It means complete powerlessness and lack of will in the face of these forces. It means imprisonment and endless bondage of the will. And there is no other remedy than love, for it alone provides the being with the strength to liberate itself, it alone gives knowledge and is thus the path upwards. For love achieves everything, it redeems everything that is bound, it strengthens everything that is weak, it illuminates the darkness, it helps to overcome and thus weakens the force which previously held the being in bondage. Love is the divine fluid which completely dissolves all resistance, which is unimaginable in its effectiveness, and which therefore nothing can resist. To live in love is to live with God himself, thus also to be master over all powers of darkness. But loving with God guarantees eternal light and glory. Amen.